Right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving today as your presiding judge. On this morning, I'm ready to call my 8:35 a.m. docket. I hope that everybody is doing well. I'm going to start this morning by having the parties place your appearance on the record, but let me first start with thanking Ms. Lurse for serving with us on this morning. Thank you, Ms. Lurse, and good morning to you and to Officer Lott. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, good morning, Ms. Wilson. Thank you for serving today.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, let's do it. Mr. Reed, are you flying solo today again?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Fikens is on vacation this week. He's
Right.
somewhere down south, I believe.
That's right. I forgot. All right, Mr. Reed, place your appearance on the record. You're doing a great job, Mr. Reed.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you very much. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you and good morning again.
All right, good morning, Mr. Reed, and your motion is granted. Let's go to Mr. Kusheri. You're next on my screen.
Good morning, Honorable Judge. Good morning, Court. Daniel Kusheri, Veterans Justice Outreach Coordinator with the Detroit VA.
All right, good morning, Mr. Kusheri. Good to see you.
Thank you.
And then Ms. Robs, I see you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robb, Specialty Court Case Manager.
All right, good morning, Ms. Robs. And then our Veterans Treatment Court mentors, Mr. Parker, you're first up on my screen.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jimmy Parker, Veterans Treatment Court mentor. Good morning.
Right. Thank you and good morning to you. And then Mr. Scott.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kevin Scott, Veteran Treatment Court mentor. So good to see everybody.
All right, good morning to you and good to see you as well. All right, we are ready to get started. Mr. Curtis, why are you in my courtroom on a Tuesday, sir? I'm intentionally ignoring you. Why are you in my courtroom on a Tuesday? Yes, Mr. Curtis, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Jordan Curtis, Specialty Court Case Manager. I have Mr. Kidd on Zoom as well. He tested positive for marijuana on May 12th, and he has a medical marijuana card. And so I did speak with him about that, and he is willing to not use it.
Okay, willing. What are we talking about willing? He's in our program, so it's already been explained to him that while we're working on his mental health, that he cannot self-medicate. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So I'm not understanding what his willingness is. He's already been ordered. And so that's really confusing for me. So I don't see Mr. Kidd on. Is that him at the top on the Galaxy tab, A7?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm not understanding what's willing because he's already been made aware that he couldn't use. So I don't know what the willingness
The
is.
willing, Your Honor, I know we, with the medical marijuana card, that they can't participate in specialty court.
Right, so he can get sentenced on his underlying case, go serve his time and smoke all the marijuana he want to smoke in the world. But in this court, while we are working on behavior modifications and trying to help people rebuild their lives, we are not going to utilize marijuana.
Yes,
Just
right.
don't utilize alcohol, and it's legal. It's all legal.
Yes, Your Honor. I did have a conversation with Mr. Kidd today, and so he expressed to me that he will not be using marijuana.
Now, Mr. Curtis, you done came on a docket that's not even your day or your time, and you done disrupted my apple cart early in the morning.
I found out about this morning, so I just like to address the issue quickly.
All right, well, I'll have to think about how I'm going to respond to Mr. Kidd.
Okay.
And I will do that after I finish my veterans docket. So he'll just have to hold on or go down to the courtroom and hold tight. But I'm going to do my veterans first, okay?
Okay, not a problem, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Curtis. So you go
Thank
on,
you.
and we'll text you or call you when we're ready for you to come on for Mr. Kidd. I don't want to hold
Okay.
up your day.
All right,
right.
thank you.
All right, very good. With that, Ms. Robs, you let Mr. Curtis sneak on here and take over. Ms. Robs, let's do it. I'm ready to hear from our veterans. It was so good to see you all in person. I'm not certain I saw everybody, but there were a lot of people there. And so I'm hoping that everybody was there because I've not received any reports from case managers about anyone who was not there. And so, Ms. Robs, who do we have up first?
Your Honor, Mr. Jeffrey Franklin.
All right, Mr. Franklin is not on the screen right now. Let's keep moving.
Okay. Your Honor, we have Mr. Nathaniel Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, if you could unmute for me. Good morning to you, Mr. Smith.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, you're frozen, but I can hear your voice.
Let me turn it off, turn it back on.
All right. I hope things are going well with you.
Awesome.
They
Good,
are?
great.
All right. I need to see
Yes.
your face. I still don't see your face. Let me
I'm
place
coming
your
right
case number. All right, let me place your case number on the record. I have 1-805-732-901. State your name for the record, Mr. Smith. Where's your face? I need to see you.
Nathaniel D. Loves Smith. There we go. Shit, I had to restart it.
Okay, that's still not your face. There's your face. All right, now I see your face. Good morning to you, Mr. Smith.
Your
All
Honor.
right, how are you this morning?
Good. Good.
Very good. Very good. How have things been going since I should have seen you. Were you at the graduation last week?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What'd you get out of the graduation, if anything?
Recovery is possible, you know. It was powerful to see a lot of people who graduated actually come back and receive their hats and stuff. And I didn't realize how big the program was. A lot of people there. So it's seeing a lot of people there that care and believe in recovery. It's just furthers my resolve to keep doing what I'm doing and keep pushing forward.
All right. Very good. Very good. Did you get a chance to eat at all during the event?
No, I did not, but I heard the food was great.
Sir, well, who ate the food? I think it's been a couple of people I've asked, guys. Did they eat? And they're like, no, I didn't get a chance to eat. All that food we paid for, listen, or somebody paid for.
There was a lot of, there was a lot of people. So I was like, it's gonna be a rush, hey, all these people sitting there. I don't want to deal with that line. That's all.
Okay, so don't say we didn't try to be good to you and you said no, thank you. Okay. All right, very good, very good. Have you been having any challenges since the last time we talked?
No, I mean, a lot of good things has been happening. I don't know, like since I got in specialty court, my life has been on the up and up, one thing after another. Like from getting my license back, getting back into school, finding a leadership position here at Lake Ridge and working and moving up here since I came in the door. And now recently, my credit score, I put in a dispute. My credit score went from a 470, 480, something like that, up to a 620 because I got something fell off. I disputed and it fell off. So went to a 620. So now I can just, so I can build my credit in this. I don't know. It's like coming in recovery, you don't know which way to go, what to do. Like, at first you clean. It's like, okay, boom, I'm clean. But then it's that maintenance part and making the next step and not trying to be stagnant. And so far, I've just been making so much progress, and I'm grateful. I'm just happy, and
Look at you. I'm happy for you. I am. Got a good credit score. Come on. Got a license. That's right.
Yeah.
Credit scores, good credit scores, everything, right?
Yeah.
Especially at your age. Yes, sir. Everything. And got a driver's license. And you are doing very, very well. And I'm so glad, Mr. Smith, that you decided to work the program, aren't you?
Yes, extremely. Extremely. I had no idea, but after Mr. Scott, he's awesome. After
Yes.
talking to him, like I feel like he kickstarted this whole thing, man. I feel like I owe my life. I do. Like before it was a mystery, legal charge. What am I gonna do? Worried. It was just so much, and now it's a release and to that peace of knowing that I'm doing everything right. No warrants, nothing over my head, so I can keep moving forward and not having to worry about looking back. I remember though, I'll never forget. But
Okay. Very good. And remember what it takes to be on the path that you're on right now. Remember what it takes. Keeping good company, making good decisions, taking good care of yourself, abstinence from substances, all of those things. You got to give yourself credit. You've done those things and it has resulted in you getting on a good path. So remember that. Remember that it really starts with you. It does. It really starts with you. All right. Let me hear from you, Ms. Robs.
Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Smith, reported out, he's doing extremely well over at Lake Ridge, Your Honor. He is in a leadership position. He is still working on his education goals. We do have a couple things that we did discuss that he does need to start working on. He is in phase 2, which including I need his community service hours, as well as since he is working and receiving a stipend, we need to start talking about, budget and beginning to make payments towards, his balance.
Come on, Mr. Smith. Come on. Come on.
He is compliant, Your Honor, with everything at Lake Ridge. He still, as indicated, attending the program. Overall, he's doing well. He did get promoted, Your Honor, to a leadership position at Lake Ridge. He's extremely excited about that. I just encourage you, Mr. Smith, to keep up the good work and, just keep doing what you're doing.
All right. All right. Very good. Mr. Kusheri, ask to Mr. Smith.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. Smith is doing well. He's entirely compliant with all of his VA treatment. He's still engaged in psychiatry with the VA and attends his appointments regularly. All of his other treatment is through Lake Ridge. So he's compliant, nothing further.
All right. Very good. Mr. Scott, is there anything you'd like to add as to Mr. Smith?
Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. No, Mr. Smith is just doing a great job. I'm really proud and happy for him. He's engaged in life. He's enjoying life the way it's supposed to be. So kudos to you, Mr. Smith.
All right. Very good. Mr. Reed, anything on Mr. Smith?
Yes, Judge. Thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Smith. Good report. Your work in the program. Be proud of yourself because we're proud of you. And keep up the good work, sir. Thank you.
All right. Very good. If nothing else, Mr. Smith, you have to stay with me until we complete the docket. We don't have that many people on the docket this morning. I need everyone to join me in celebrating Mr. Smith for serving in the armed forces and for doing so well. You have an excellent report today. Other than you need to start paying us our money, sir.
Yes,
All right.
Yes.
All right. Excellent report today. All right. Very good. So mute yourself and stay with us for a moment. All right. Mr. Franklin, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm technically challenged. I was trying to get over to the thing to start the video, but I couldn't get there fast enough. Obviously.
That's okay.
But I'm here.
Good to see you. That's all right. Everybody's on for everybody's hearing anyway, so you're in great shape, okay?
Yes,
all right.
ma'am.
Let's do it. I have case number SP 105-98852 and case number 134-045-831. Mr. Franklin, state your full name for me.
Jeffrey Franklin.
All right. Thank you so much. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing quite well, man. It's another glorious day, which I'm glad to be a part of, to make amends from the past and to live my life to the fullest.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. How it looks like you're moving into your new digs. Things are going well there.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm working now. I work from home. So
okay.
I have the ability to stay and sit right here and then administer computers all over the country.
Look at you. Very good. Very
ma'am.
good. Do you like the work that you do?
Yes, ma'am, exclusively. Yes, I do this for free.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I would actually do this for free because I was doing it anyway, So it's
All
not,
righty.
yeah, like that old adage, if you find a job you love, you'll never work another day.
That's right. It's no longer a job. There you go. Very
That's
good.
right.
Did you make it to the graduation?
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am, I was
Franklin?
there.
All
And,
right. All
I was
right. Some faces I remember, but I don't see well at a distance. So after about the first two rows, that was pretty much it for me. And so unless you came up to me, what did you think of the graduation? Did you take anything away from it?
Well, first of all, I was pleasantly surprised that it was so extravagant and that far-reaching, and it had the history that was associated with it, as far as the people that have been in the programs and have taken advantage of it and benefited from it. I didn't know it was a national program. That this had been done in other cities, and that Detroit, this program here was one of the more exclusive and one of the better programs in the entire country. So I was impressed with that, and also with speakers and just the elaborateness and the complexity of the program itself. It kind of caught me a little bit by surprise and know that it was that involved and that extensive. So I said, well, we are really, I'm really involved in something that's groundbreaking, that's changing. I mean, that's helping and benefiting people. And I thought it was just limited to us in this courtroom. Had no idea how far-reaching and the effect that it had on people all across the country. So.
Yes, sir. Very good. So glad that you were able to attend. I'm so glad that you learned something about the program that is bigger than us.
Right.
And so, did you get to eat any of the food?
Well, ma'am, no, I passed.
Miss Ross, I should have given an order that they had to eat some of the food because folks were bragging about how good the food was. And of course, I had nothing but some fruit because I can't do the meat and I don't risk the mixing because I can't even do the mixing spoons or what have you, or utensils. And so I wanted everybody to eat, especially since they didn't have anything I could eat other than I think salad and fruit. Sir, all right. Just remember, we tried to be good to y'all, okay?
I promise to take advantage next time in my graduation.
All right, all right, all right. Ms. Robs, what do you have for Mr. Franklin?
Your Honor, Mr. Franklin is doing well. He's in phase 2. We had some discussion about him working towards getting his license. So we did talk about him coming down to the court and beginning to make payments towards that. He is continuing to work on stability with his employment, his finance, and housing, as we can see, and his family. He's testing compliant, Your Honor. He's doing a great job. And I just encourage you, Mr. Franklin, to keep up the good work.
Absolutely.
All right, very good. The mentor for Mr. Franklin?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Yes, good to see you, Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin has adjusted well. He turned the corner on a few things that were presented as challenging, but he keeps his positive attitude, and he seems to have really got his focus back. He seems, that pleasant and engaging young man, and I'm just happy for you, Mr. Franklin. I really am.
Thank you, sir.
All right, very good. Mr. Kushiri, do you have anything as to Mr. Franklin?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Franklin, congratulations on the great report. I'm glad everything is going well for you. Your Honor, he's compliant with everything at this time. He completed all of his outpatient substance use treatment, completed Emmanuel House, continues to engage in community support, is followed by Hadesh and Mr. Scott, in addition to the rest of that team, to provide any additional services, and he is stable at this time.
All right, very good. All right. And so we have Mr. Reed, anything from you?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations on the new job, Mr. Franklin. You're working the program. Keep up the good work, keep the positive attitude, and be safe, sir. We're proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you too, sir.
All right, very good. Mr. Franklin, you're doing a great job. I want to encourage you to keep up the great work that you're doing. Continue to utilize the resources that we've made available to you. And so with that, I need everyone to join me in celebrating Mr. Franklin. Thank you for your service, and you have a good report on today. All right, very good, very good. I'm gonna have you place yourself on mute. Hang in there with us for a few moments. We only have a few more veterans to go, okay? All right, Ms. Robs, I did not get any return to court dates. So I'm sorry for Nathaniel Smith. What is his return to court date?
Your Honor, a return to court date of June 7th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. for a face-to-face.
Okay, that's going to be a face-to-face. All right. And so Ms. Lurst, we'll put it in the system. It'll be June 7th, and it'll be scheduled at 10:35 a.m. All right, very good. And then for Mr. Franklin, what is his return to court date?
Your Honor, it will be the same, June 7th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. I think Mr. Stitt, I do see you. Mr. Graham, good morning to you.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I am well. Do you have some clients on this morning?
I'm not really sure, and I'm gonna figure it out. I will. I promise you.
Okay,
but
well,
I'm not sure if
you
we
have
have
to figure it out. Our case manager should be letting you know when you
Okay.
have individuals that are up, because we want you when we need you, and we don't want to
Yes.
waste your time. Your time is
Okay.
valuable to you and to us.
Okay.
And so,
Thank you.
Ms. Robs, does he have anyone on this morning for our Veterans Treatment Court docket?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Graham, you're in good shape. I do know that we had to reach out to you on yesterday.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for you and the team responding so that we came up with an action plan for Ms. Linebarger. I truly appreciate the responsiveness. That goes a long way with me.
Okay. You're welcome, Judge. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you.
Bye now. Bye.
All right. I am ready on Mr. Stitt. I have case number 05-37452. Mr. Stitt. Mr. Stitt, what you over there doing?
There we go. I'm on mute. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay this morning.
Very good. Mr. Stitt, state your full name for the record.
Willis Allen Stitt.
All right, Mr. Stitt. How are things going with you?
It's going okay. I'm really busy. Hey, that was me that waved at you.
When did you wave at me?
When you in the front lobby by the door and I walked up, but you were busy.
I was busy. I didn't even see you. I did not see you.
You look right at me. You look right at me.
But you know what? If folks were talking to me and everything else, listen, Mr. Stitt, and
Yes.
for all of our veterans, the graduation is a lot of work. As you can see, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for the team, and it's a lot of work for everybody just coming together and trying to make sure it runs smoothly. And then you add that we are still in a pandemic, and then you add that we had our national component there or what have you. So during the graduation, we had time issues. There were a number of things going on in the background that we were trying to resolve so that we could still have a really good graduation and make things special for you all. It's my understanding that something was said to Ms. Robs about the fact that the veterans were not recognized as you thought you should be. And I just want you all to know that the veterans that were graduates, they were acknowledged as veterans. Ms. Robs was acknowledged as our Veteran Treatment Court case manager.
Yes.
The fact that you all were not given any special recognition at the graduation has nothing to do with the respect or admiration that I have for you all as veterans or anything of that nature. There were a lot of moving parts at the graduation. And so while I am good, and I'm gonna pat myself on the back, I'm good, but I'm not as good as folks think I am not superwoman. I can't remember everything. I can't be all things to all people. I can't do everything. And I'm gonna say this one again. I can't remember everything, especially when there are a lot of moving parts. And there were a lot of moving parts. But understand that it has nothing to do with my heart or my admiration for you all. And I hate that someone even stirred up or planted a seed that there was a slight to the veterans during our graduation, because the graduation was about the graduates. It was not about us. It was not about the other participants. It was not about the attorneys. It was not about the chief of the court was there. The graduation was about the graduates. So when people plant seeds of discord or attempt to, I like to address it because I'm not going to let it happen. So there's no water to water it. I'm letting you all know I'm digging it up today. It had nothing to do with my heart or my admiration. Mr. Stitt, what you want to say? I'm done. What?
I figured it out later on. I'm like, yeah, it was for the specialty people. Yeah, it was for the specialty client. Yes.
It was for the graduate.
Once I got home, I thought about it. I'm like, that wasn't for me. I'm there to help them and participate with them and see their victory and glory. It wasn't about me. And I thought about, what about the veterans? But then I actually thought about it. And those people, they needed the recognition. Because I heard what you said. Like you said, that lady cussed you out. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that all the time. It's okay.
And they needed that recognition, and I understood that. And once I understood it, I was okay. And then I went and had me something to eat too.
You did eat some of the food.
Yes, I did. I was munching out.
Mr. Stitt, come on, tell us what you ate. I'm gonna live vicariously. Come on.
I ate the chicken and the meatballs and then the fries, and then I got me a couple of the dessert cups.
You did. All right.
And I packed up a plate to take home.
All right, Mr. Stitt. You did it. Just like at the Baptist church. Come on, can't leave without a plate. All right, for somebody at home. All right, Mr. Stitt. I love it. Thank you for enjoying the food. I'm glad that you all enjoyed it. And for the people that circled back and told me the food was delicious, that makes me happy, even though I did not get to eat. It's okay. I wanted you all to be pleased. And so thank you for indulging.
Thank you. Thank you for the love you showed to us. Thank you.
Yes,
thank you. I appreciate it.
Definitely do. And we went out this year. We wanted to make sure you all knew that you were special to us, and not just to us, but to the leaders in this city, our council. We had council members representing, the chief of police representing, we had the health department representing. And so we wanted you all to know that we care about you all. We certainly do.
That guy, the chief of police, right? He did like this at me.
Yeah.
That's right? Chief of police.
Yes, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's not as big as I thought. He's like a little short guy. Hey, but he has some big
you know we
guys with
streaming
him.
live. You know we streaming live. Don't you come for my chief now. I might have to come back at you. Come on now. Come on. But he might be short, but he packs a lot of power and a lot of, and he has a heart for the people of this city. And so that goes a long way with me.
I listened to him this morning on the news too.
Yes.
Yeah, he had a problem with his officers or some guys, and I sympathize with him. And I don't blame him the way he feels.
Yes.
And he's gonna catch them guys. I know he is.
Oh, he is. Oh, he is. He definitely is. And so we just, we hope that they catch them soon, because they are certainly a threat to the public and to themselves. Certainly.
I done lost you.
I can hear you talking. Let's try to figure out what you did with your camera while I hear from Miss Rod.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Stitt, Your Honor, is doing well. He continues to be compliant with testing. He continues to work. He is, I know, he had been making mention of some conflict resolution skills he had been working on within his neighborhood, and trying to handle things more, in a better way. He is still connected with outpatient services. Mr. Kashiri, I know, will be able to speak more towards that. But outside of that, Your Honor, Mr. Stitt is in phase 2 and he's doing a good job. I just encourage you, Mr. Stitt, to continue to keep on doing a great job, sir.
Yes, Ms. Robbs.
All right. Very good, very good. All right, Mr. Kucheri, do you have anything for Mr. Stitt?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Stitt, it's good to see you. I'm glad that you're doing well. Mr. Stitt is entirely compliant with all of his treatment at this time. He continues to engage in individual and group work weekly. He continues to engage with his veteran mentor, Mr. Parker, regularly. He's doing great. And it's nice to see you, Mr. Stitt.
You too, Mr. Kucheri.
All right, very good. All right, who's the mentor for Mr. Stitt? Is that you, Mr. Parker?
Mr. Parker.
Yes, good morning again. Mr. Stitt certainly is doing well. We communicate on a regular basis. Most of the time he's calling me. I don't have to call him. As you can see him now, this is how he is every time we speak. He's just full of joy, and he lets me know, the work that they're doing on the site, and he just keeps me informed on everything, as you can see. And so that's a good thing. He's always laughing and in good spirits, and I like that. I like that. It keeps me, keeps me going, and lets me know that he's doing well, and even though he's in the program, and which is a good thing because it helps that he enjoys it, and that he's moving forward, Your Honor. And so Mr. Stitt, he's just doing well. He's doing great. And I just want to encourage Mr. Stitt to keep up the good work. And Your Honor, I had spring rolls and fruit. So,
all right, Mr. Parker said, listen, I ate some of that food, right, Mr. Parker? It was good, Mr. Parker.
It was good. It was good. I took some spring rolls home. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Take your plate to go to. There you go.
Hey, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. All right, Mr. Reed, what do you have for Mr. Stitt? Uh-oh, you're on mute, Mr. Reed. Let me unmute you.
Go.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I apologize. Congratulations, Mr. Stitt. Great report. You have a great attitude. I just wanted to say there was special recognition in the program for our graduates who were veterans. They were identified. I remember Mr. Warhouse's name. It said veteran. So we did identify the graduates who were veterans, and it was a great program all together. I didn't eat any food, but
Mr. Reed, no, say it is no.
No food. Mr. Stitt, keep up the good work. So we're proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, very good. If there's nothing else for Mr. Stitt, I need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. Stitt for his service to this country and celebrating him. He has a good report on today. All right.
Return date.
Mr. Stitt is going to do his own status conference. Come on, give Mr. Stitt a return to court date. When is he coming back?
Yeah, sure, Ryder. June 7th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. for a face-to-face.
All right, very good. So,
what time did she say? 9:30?
10:35.
10:30.
10:35. Right, and Ms. Ross will connect with you, okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. Before we release our veterans on today, Mr. McKinley is on my docket. Where is Mr. McKinley?
He's in the courtroom, Your Honor.
Oh, he's physically in the courtroom. All right, you all hang with me for a couple more minutes. Mr. McKinley, if you could take the podium, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I'm gonna have them lift that camera up just a little bit so I can see you. I'm gonna place your case number on the record while they do that. I have case number 210-567-6801. Mr. McKinley, state your full name for me.
My name is Dennis McKinley.
All right, Mr. McKinley, how are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you for asking me.
That's good. You came down to the courtroom. Is everything okay?
Well, I was ordered down to the courtroom, but yes, everything is fine, thank you.
You were ordered to the courtroom, Ms. Rouse? He was ordered to the courtroom?
Your Honor, he's supposed to attend his court hearings physically.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Thank you for the reminder. All right, Mr. McKinley. I don't like ordering people to the courtroom and I'm not physically in the courtroom. And so, yes, but that's okay. I can still see you and all of that good stuff. And so how are things going for you?
Going fine, thank you, Your Honor.
They're going fine. All right, Mr. McKinley, you working your program?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You were at the rehearsal, not at the rehearsal, I'm sorry, at the graduation.
I'm sorry, your question was, how did I enjoy the graduation?
Yeah, you were there. And so I do want to know, what did you think of the graduation?
Well, I think it was pretty heartfelt because of the fact that I see the energy that was put in there. And I see the purpose of the graduation, and I enjoy the people and the food. But first and foremost, I mean, I see that you put all your heart and soul into it. You know, and you're very serious about what you're doing, and everyone there had devoted so much to it. And I enjoyed it in terms of seeing you help people, because it was some of the people who graduated actually grew up with me. So it was actually good to see everything that went into it.
All right, very good, very good. And so, Mr. McKinley, you should know that I probably had this much with putting that graduation together. It was really Mr. Wade and the rest of the team, the case managers, and the partners that they had from the city, especially the young lady that was introduced at the end, Adora Idiki, really came to the table and said, we want to make sure that, you know, we have folks that are, we put on a good presentation so that people will know we care about them, that all of our hearts are in this. And so, yes, a lot of love, a lot of time, a lot of patience went into preparing for that day. So thank you for being a part of it. Thank you. Did you get a chance to eat anything?
I sure did, but I don't think, I think I might have missed it, but I think you can see the love, the dedication that everyone put in, because everything that was about it reflected the energy that everyone put in. But I did get a chance to eat, and the food was good. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. McKinley. I'm glad you had an opportunity to indulge. No one has said anything about that candy dessert table that they had set up in that separate room. And that just did my heart well. I am a candy-holic, and I can't have it right now. And so I did have them pack up about 6 or 7 bags of candy. And I have been able to bribe my grandchildren with that candy when I need them to do something. And then my 22-year-old daughter as well. And so it just did my heart well to see that candy room, even though I could not indulge. I love me some candy. I just want y'all to know that. I love me some candy. So absolutely. So you did a great job with, since the last time I've seen you, you've not had any issues, at least none that have been reported. And so I want to hear from Ms. Rives. Ms. Rives?
Yes, Your Honor. No issues to report with Mr. McKinley. He has been complying with his testing, making sure that he's physically down here for his court hearings. He's still working towards his goals. He did complete his grief counseling. He did indicate that he's staying busy with his appointments, you know, medical. We had talked while he was on an appointment. But he's staying focused, Your Honor. I've had no positive screens. He did indicate that one of his goals was that he wanted to buy a house and work on stabilizing his finances. Outside of that, Your Honor, I would ask that now that Mr. McKinley is on a consistent and stable, in a stable place, if we could go back, Your Honor, to him going on Zoom for his court hearings as an incentive for him, as he has been doing well and progressing throughout the program.
All right, Mr. McKinley, what do you think of that?
That sounds good, Your Honor, and I'm looking forward to that. Thank you. Sure.
All right, very good, very good. Let me hear from Mr. Kucheri as to Mr. McKinley.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. McKinley is doing great. He's entirely compliant with all of his treatment. He is seen weekly. He's showing up to appointments, participating in the groups and individual work. And he's doing great. Good job, Mr. McKinley.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Mr. Chair.
Very good. And then the mentor for Mr. McKinley.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, I think first, good to see Mr. McKinley. Mr. McKinley is doing well. He has really embraced the court. I think he was being a little bit modest, Your Honor. He was running around the graduation with his eyes, size of saucers, and just really taking in all the ambiance. If you really want to know who enjoyed the food, you should have asked Mr. Ralph Keith and Mr. Ralph Warhurst, because they were the ones you needed to ask your graduating veterans, because they're the ones who partook in the festivities full hilt. So they would be the ones who would give you a tremendous endorsement. And I would echo Mr. McKinley's feeling that the graduation was phenomenal. Anytime that you can be in such illustrious dignitaries, I was humbled and honored. So I'm gonna be quiet because this ain't about me today. So thank you, Your Honor.
No, we appreciate you sharing with us, Mentor Scott. We do. Absolutely. All right. Mr. McKinley, you have any questions for the team? I'm sorry, Mr. Reed, do you have anything for Mr. McKinley?
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Mr. McKinley, for following the court's orders and coming into the building. We're proud of what you're doing. Keep up the good work. It seems that you're back on track, and just be safe, sir. Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Ray. Yes.
All right. Mr. McKinley, do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, ma'am, but I would like to thank everyone. I'd like to thank everyone for their assistance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. McKinley for his service and congratulating him on a good report on today. After hearing from all of the other team members, as well as Ms. Robs, I am going to grant Ms. Robs' request. We'll go back to virtual for you, Mr. McKinley. And so that will work out great for you. And so you don't have to come down to the courtroom anymore unless, we just want to see you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate you.
All right, what's the next date for Mr. McKinley?
Your Honor, June 7th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
All right, very good. All right. And so with that, Mr. Johnson, you are not scheduled for today. Please touch base with Ms. Brimage and she'll let you know. Continue to work your probation until we are back together again, okay? All right, I can't hear you, but all right. Thank you for your service, Mr. Johnson.
No problem, Your Honor.
All right, yep, let's celebrate Mr. Johnson. It's not his day, but we're gonna still thank him for his service. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. All
Okay,
right,
thank
see
you.
you in a couple of weeks or next week.
Okay.
All right, very good. Take care. All right, and so with that, there are no other veterans that are scheduled for this morning. All of you, it's wonderful to see you. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your week. Listen, if we are coming up on a holiday, case managers, I need you all to start talking to your folks if you haven't done so already. A holiday, Monday is Labor Day. You want to make sure that you are doing everything that you are supposed to do. If there are any violations over the holidays, you will be coming into the courtroom physically and sitting with me. And you might even have to sit somewhere else. I don't know. But what I want you to know is you have to test over the holidays. You cannot miss. So you need to find out the hours of operation for the facility where you usually go to test. The court building will be closed on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And so you can't test at 36th District Court on those days. So you need to make sure you know where you're supposed to test. Do what you are supposed to do. If you're going to be congregating with your friends and your family, you know how they roll already. You know what they are capable of doing. Don't eat, don't drink what they serve. Bring your own food, bring your own drinks. Now, y'all laugh at me when I give that speech, but I promise you every year it's somebody that comes and says they had some ice cream sandwiches and I didn't know, that they had some weed in it, and I didn't know, they had they dipped them in alcohol. You know what your family do. You know what they do. I know what my family do. And so certain people we go to gather at, I bring my own food or I eat before I get there. Be like, child, no, I'm not hungry. I'm good. You have to do what you have to do, because at the end of the day, they are not going to be held accountable for what comes up in your testing. You are going to be held accountable. And so you want to make sure you don't miss any screens, and you want to make sure that you're very careful about the people that you socialize with and the people that you're going to enjoy food with. And so with that, I also want to make sure you know that help is available. All of the resources that you have been given throughout the program since you've been with us. If you find yourself at a crossroad or between a rock and a hard place, pick up a phone, jump into a meeting, call somebody, reach out for help. Don't let your first resort be, or your first go-to is that I'm going to pick up a substance. We have equipped you with far too much for you to have to choose a substance as opposed to all of the other resources that we've made available to you. So with that, I hope that you all barbecue all kind of meat that y'all just think y'all got to eat, and have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Good to see our mentors. Thank you for being on this morning. And I am excusing. Thank you, Mr. Kucheri. I hope things are better. I don't know, but I'm going to shoot you. I don't know, Mr. Kucheri. I've been watching you. I'll be on the lookout. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Take care, everyone.
Things are better. I'm going to shoot you a text later today. I have a question for you, so I'll shoot it to you later today. You all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody. Be safe.
Have a great
Happy holidays, everyone.
All right. Yes.
day.
Judge, can you check good morning. Can you check your chat, please?
Okay, while you're just trying to hurry up and jump in, let my veterans get out the courtroom. This is not y'all day. This ain't just in, trying to hold hostage. Y'all can't do that. Okay, what do I have? All right, I see that Jonathan Pope and Miss Coleman are in yes, you sent me something. I just read it on Miss Coleman. Listen, get Miss Coleman on that 1-800 number. And she needs the assistance. And here's the reality of it. And Miss Taylor, this is gonna sound really bad, but I'm telling you, I mean well. She cannot be a good mother to her child using the substances that she's using. I understand she wants to take her child with her, but that may not be available to her. And so let's focus. We have to focus on getting her well. And so if you can get her on that 1-800 number, let's do it. Yes, ma'am.
Totally agree with that. What she's expressing to me though is she doesn't have support for anybody else to.
There's got to be some support somewhere. Maybe support she doesn't want to tap into. But listen, when she's using substance, somebody's helping her with her kid anyways. Because you can't be a fully functioning mother using substances. You just can't.
Okay.
Proven fact. So there's somebody that has to help out. May not be the person she wants, or we'll have to call CPS. I'm sorry.
And that was.
But right now, my focus.
I was gonna say, I was gonna text you because there were things I can't put on record.
Okay.
But that was where.
Give me a call or text me. And so because I understand. But for some reason, my message is if you sent me something additional, it's not allowing me to go up farther in the chat. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is now. Okay, so I have that one. All right.
I did have her just test at our lab so we can have fresh results for today. Okay. And then she's gonna head downstairs and I'm gonna go in the conference room, get her on the number, and then I'll let you know what they say after their assessment.
Okay. Okay, very good. I need to send you a message very quickly, so look at your chat.
Okay.
I mean, it's all messed up this morning. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna fix it.
Ms. Coleman is already back in the courtroom.
She's
Oh,
already
perfect.
tested?
Yes, she did her test first.
All right, there you go, Ms. Taylor. All right, and then I think that if someone could notify, I think Miss Cleveland, that Mr. Pope is there, that would be great. And then I believe, yes,
Ms. Cleveland is not in today.
okay, is she working from home today?
Yes, ma'am. I will contact her.
Okay, I'll shoot her a message and let her know. Mr. Pope, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ms. Holmes.
Okay, now, Mr. Pope, you pushed the envelope.
Your Honor, would you like him to step to the podium?
No, I'll wait for Miss Cleveland.
I think the problem was the day I came in, and I told Mr. Yancy that I had to drop that gym that day, that I came in the courtroom.
No, I'm not talking about that, sir. We done got some results and some other things are going on with you. Let's wait for Miss Cleveland, okay? But you do need to test at our office this morning.
I did already.
Okay, great. We'll get those results and we'll wait for Miss Cleveland. Good morning, Miss Lurst, if you could add Jonathan Pope, Karina Coleman, and I believe there was someone else that was on earlier. Where's the gentleman for Mr. Kidd? If you could add them. Mr. Kidd, unmute and give us your first name.
George Regis Kidd.
Okay, thank you. And if you could add those three individuals to the docket, Ms. Lurz, that would be great.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I just want to make sure that the record reflects the work that's being done in the courtroom. You don't have to resend the docket to me, but I just want the record to reflect what we're doing in the courtroom. All right, Mr. Yancey, good morning to you.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm just waiting for the results for Mr. Pope, and then I'll give a report. Ms. Cleveland is not physically in the office, so it'll probably be another 10 minutes and I should have it.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Yancey.
You're welcome.
Can someone let Mr. Curtis know that as to Mr. Kidd, we're ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Curtis.
Yes.
All right. I'm getting like 100 messages. Okay, got it. Thank you, Officer Lott, and thank you, Ms. Lurs, for keeping me updated. All right. All right. And so, Mr. Curtis, what is it? Can you give me a case number?
Yes, I can, Judge. Okay, for Mr. George Kidd, case number 190-460-5701.
All right, very good. Mr. Kidd, state your full name.
George Reach Kidd.
All right, Mr. Kidd, you heard what I was telling you on this morning before I started my veterans docket, right?
Yes.
And Mr. Kidd, you understand why you cannot do the marijuana while we are working to get you stabilized and make sure that you're on track and receiving the treatment that you need. You understand that?
Yes.
Mr. Curtis, you got something crunching up against your microphone. Is that not you?
No, Judge, I'm muted.
All right, let me find out who it is. Somebody needs to.
I think I think it's coming from Mr. Kidd.
Oh, is it? Okay, all right, well, it's nothing I can do because I need to talk to him. All right, Mr. Kidd.
Yes.
Mr. Kidd, and so just like alcohol is legal, we don't allow people to use it because we can't help you and we don't know how to help you if you're self-medicating with alcohol. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to be able to use your marijuana, then you'll have to go to regular probation, which is going to be the same work here, probably a lot longer. But I mean, you can't use it while you're with us, okay?
Yes, I did.
All right, so Mr.
I should have cooked my.
I'm sorry.
I should have brought my own food.
Now what you?
I went to Mother's Day gathering and go to some edibles, and like you said, I should have brought my own food.
So
and
you
cook
saying that you didn't smoke it on your own? You ate something?
No, I've just graduated to phase 2. Why would I do that?
I don't know. But then I could ask a question, why would you go and eat some food from somebody and you don't know what's in it?
Well, my daughter, I've been eating her food for years, but I didn't know. I would have never did nothing like that.
Okay. Well, Mr. Kidd, now you know that while you're with us, you have to be careful what you eat. We should be careful of what we eat anyways. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Young folks, and it used to just be young folks. I didn't eat from young folks. I didn't drink from young folks. I'm sorry. I did. I discriminated because I would say they might do anything. But nowadays, the older folks are just as loose and, willy-nilly as the young folks. And so my rule is just everybody. I'm careful of who I eat from when they're gathering. Did a gathering on Sunday. I got to eat first because I trust the people that were there, but there were a couple of people that were visiting. I didn't know them. So I don't want to eat after them because they might put something in the food. And everybody thought I was being, they were laughing because they know how I am. My friends know, my real friends know how I am. And so they were like, no, she's not going to eat if she don't eat first. From the caterer to my plate. Because there were a couple of people there who don't know me. And I didn't know them. And they don't know that. I don't play that, marijuana and lacing and, I'm not a party girl. That's not me. And so, but my friends know how I roll. And so you've got to be, and I'm responsible for what I take in. And so literally the salad went from the caterer to my plate. And from the salmon went from the caterer to my plate. And then they set the food out for everybody else. So you have to be that cautious in the times that we live in. So folks are here for a good time, not a long time. And so this time, Mr. Curtis, this is the first time he's had a positive screen with us. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. This time I'm not going to sanction him, but next time, Mr. Kidd, I am going to sanction you because you are responsible for everything that shows up in your screen. All right. Let this be a lesson well learned.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Reed, you have any objections with the fact that I'm not going to sanction him? Just a lesson learned.
No objections, Judge. I would just add, Mr. Kidd, as the court has indicated, you have to be careful. You have to be responsible. When you put something, ingest something, you have to be safe in the future. Just be careful, sir. No one wants to hurt you. We only want to help you. And thank you. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Kidd.
All right, Mr. Kidd. Mr. Curtis, did you have a different recommendation as to Mr. Kidd?
Your Honor, I did not. My recommendation was a verbal admonishment.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Kidd, then you're in good shape. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. Continue to work your program, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
ma'am. All right, very good. Good to see you. I'll see you on we'll keep his regularly scheduled next court date, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Take care, Mr. Kidd. You're free to leave.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Mr. Curtis, do you have something else for me this morning?
Your Honor, that's it.
Okay, very good. I just got to see you. And who has Ms. Whitley's case?
Ms. Taylor does.
All right, she's on my docket for today at 12 noon. Is that what it should be? I think because she has a court hearing tomorrow. So intentionally, she's on for 12 today, Ms. Taylor.
I'll speak to Ms. Taylor.
Okay, speak to her. I think so. I think so, but I just want to make sure.
Okay.
All right, very good. All right, good morning, Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, you have something for me this morning?
We're trying to wait on the results from Mr. Pope, and we're trying to see do he need to go in a breakout room and talk to Mr. Reed or one of the attorneys or not. So I came down here and hooked up the computer.
But I need someone to give Mr. Reed the history on what's going on with Mr. Pope.
Okay.
Mr. Pope doing his thing, and you can't do your thing in this program. You have to do the program thing. And Mr. Pope has been doing really well. So I don't know if he needs a wake-up call or Mr. Reed, if he needs a real one-day shocker to get him back online. But he's doing his thing. He's letting his hair down, and he can't do it in this program.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Can I go into a breakout room with Mr. Pope or Mr. Griffin?
All right, yes, and he's had a couple of new results that have come up that are positive and indicative of new use. And so, and I can't remember what Ms. Cleveland said, but she sent us a message. I'm gonna go back and try to find it. She sent it to the team.
Yep, I have it, Judge.
You have it? Can you resend it to me? Because I got 1,000 messages.
Your Honor, would you like me to put Mr. Pope with the breakout room?
Are you ready for him to go to the conference room, Mr. Griffin?
Let me call Mr. Yancey and see if we got any results yet, so that's gonna have some weight on everything too. So let me just check with Mr. Yancey right quick.
But at least send Mr. Reed that, you can send Mr. Reed that text and he can still talk to him.
Okay.
The update from Miss Cleveland, and then if the test results come back, new use, you know. All right, very good. All right, Mr. Pope, we're about to put you in a breakout room with Attorney Reed, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Miss Wilson with me today, yes. If you could do that for me, that would be great.
Thank you. I have the invitation.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Rosenthal.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm just checking in. Just was doing some stuff in 333. Is everything good here?
Everything is good. You know, we had graduation last week, so they had to redistribute the docket. So
Oh,
today, somehow, we got redistributed very lightly.
okay.
But true to form, things are being added as we go.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely, Your Honor. We keep it
yeah.
moving. I just checking in on you guys. We have all the files for Wednesday good. I'm gonna work on Monday, and then we should be set. We should be in good shape.
All right, very, you know, we're off Monday.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So
I'm
we don't have
talking
files
about,
Monday. Great.
right, so, yes, sir, yes, sir, we in
I
good.
will. I will take it. Thank you, Your Honor. If you need me, don't hesitate. I just wanted to come check in, make sure everything's okay.
All right, thank you.
You're
Take care.
welcome, Your Honor. You too. Thank you.
Ms. Lurst, if you could look at the 10:30 a.m. docket to see if Robinson paid, that would be great. They should have paid on count 3.
Yes, Your Honor. They did not.
They did not pay. All
No,
right,
ma'am.
give it until 10:30. And then we'll go from there. Yes, that's unfortunate. But if not,
Mr. Yancey?
Hey, Attorney Reed, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm
Are
doing
you
pretty
handling, good. Are you handling Mr. Pope's case?
Yes, it looks like that.
Can we go into a breakout room and talk about this?
Yes.
I was in breakout room number 1. That was in the courtroom. Ms. Wilson,
Yes, Mr. Reed.
could you put me in a breakout room with Mr. Yancey?
Sure. Can you go back to one?
I can go back to 1. Can you put him in 1?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm gonna go back to 1 then.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Sometimes. You know, and then it could be other, sometimes. Maybe. You know, so, but the longer you're in a program, the longer we get to see you. I don't have these people in there. So I don't even know. You know, so we have to have that. So we were relatively. So, you know, is that right? Yes. What's her last name? Now, if it's the, now, is it travel, please? Because your name is Triple, right? Well, it's gonna be kind of difficult to kind of do the first two cases. Is that a triplet? Yes, yes, it is. Hold on one second. One second. You know her?
She's an attorney.
Okay, well, see, I had never talked to her.
Yeah,
So,
no,
here I
that's
got
okay.
somebody that's not giving me the right information, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna give out information. Now, okay.
Understand, thank you. Hi, Attorney Shepherd, it's Dawn. Okay, let me help you find your way. Okay, so, she is before Judge Evans. And she's scheduled for PSI on April 4th. And her sentencing was scheduled for this morning at 8:35. Judge Evans took over for Judge Robinson Garrett in courtroom 334. Yes. You're welcome. Bye-bye. You too. Bye-bye. She's one of house counsels, yeah.
Oh, house counsel, okay.
Yeah, she got appointed on that case, and when I heard Dorsey, I kind of knew, because that was the courtroom I was in, so.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, because when she gave, I don't mind assisting the attorney, but usually, you know, you ask her case number, you ask her date of birth, you ask her something.
She wants
Ms. Wilson?
Did you say something, Mr. Reed?
Yes, we're ready on Mr. Pope whenever the court is ready to call the case.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we are ready then. Thank you all. All right, let's do it. Is Mr. Pope back in the courtroom? Let's put the camera where we can see him. Mr. Yancey, Mr. Pope was not on my docket for today. So if you could read his case number into the record, that would be great.
Yes, Your Honor. This case number is 200-447-4801.
All right, Mr. Pope, they're gonna have to adjust that camera for you so I can see your face. State your name for the record. I'm not able to hear you. All right, very good. All right, Mr. Yancey, thank you all for the updates. I know Ms. Cleveland is not here on today. And so, Mr. Reed, you had an opportunity to talk with Mr. Pope.
Yes, Judge, I did.
Mr. Pope is such a good guy. What's going
Yes,
on
sir.
with Mr. Pope, Mr. Reed?
Yes, Judge. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to Mr. Pope. And he was respectful and courteous, and I believe he was honest with me. He did admit marijuana usage, and he apologizes for that. He wants to stay in the program. He wants to complete the program. I asked him why he was using marijuana, and not to offer any excuses, but just to give some reasons. He indicated to me that he did have a death in the family recently. I believe a cousin passed away a couple of weeks ago. He's still grieving and dealing with that. He's had some problems, some professional problems, and some personal problems that he's been dealing with. And he has been honest with me in discussing those. I won't place those on the record in open court. I asked him about, was he discussing these matters in his counseling and treatment? He does go to, I believe, DRP. He indicated to me that he is not completely happy or satisfied with what's going on over at DRP. I asked him if he discussed this with his case manager. I'm not sure that he brought that to Ms. Cleveland's attention, but he does want to continue the program, Judge. He admits use. He's at level 2. He's done some good things. He's paid all his fines and costs. He brought up the possibility of attending HEAT as maybe an alternative to Detroit Recovery Project. And I would throw that out there as something that we might want to discuss. Judge, again, he was honest. He has been smoking. I believe he tested today, and I think he's positive today.
And he's off the charts today, Mr. Reed, which is indicative of new use. Yes.
Yes, Judge. I did ask him about recent smoking. He indicated that he was with some people yesterday and those people were smoking. I said, if they were smoking, then probably you were smoking too. So maybe you should change the people that you are associating with. But Judge, I'm not recommending any jail time. I believe in treatment. I believe he's honest. He's worked the program. He's done some good things. As I said, he's at level 2, paid fines and costs. So he wants to complete the program. I just would recommend that we get this treatment corrected, get it right for him so that we can best help him. Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good, very good. All right, Mr. Yancey, before I hear from Mr. Pope, what do you want to tell me?
Well, Your Honor, he was here, I believe it was April 29th, and he had screened positive for marijuana and another substance. So at least the other substance is not present, but he continues to use marijuana at the least weekly. So he either needs he might need to be reassessed and or the heat program might be an option. I don't know if he's discussed that with Miss Cleveland, but that might serve a dual purpose potentially. So at least, I would be open to that. I don't know if Ms. Cleveland knows something I don't know, but I would be open to that possibility. I can at least investigate that. And then in the meantime, I can reach out to Mr. Killing and just to see what the status is over there as far as progress reports, how he's been doing, has he been putting forth effort, and those kind of things. So
Mr. Yancey, I'm going to tell you, Mr. Pope as well. You all come onto these hearings week after week, and I ask you, is everything going well? Do you have any questions or concerns, any struggles? And you say to me, no, no, no. I have a very hard time believing after you have now committed an infraction or a violation that now everything's gone wrong. I've got death in my family, DRP. I'm not pleased with the work that's going on over there. That's disingenuous. And I'm not discounting that you've had death in your family. I'm just saying you have been before me and you have access to Miss Cleveland and you're able to share, especially if something's not going right at a provider, because I don't have any way of knowing what's going on with the provider unless you all tell me. If something's not right, if you're not receiving services, I don't have any way of knowing for sure unless you all tell me. And so you have not one time come in here and complained about DRP. Yes, sir. I can't hear you. If you're speaking, I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. They have to do something with the switch on the officer lot. I can't hear him.
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Yes, I've been trying to, but like I said, Miss Cleveland been seeming like she been dealing with issues with herself. Like she ain't been aware. I called her, leave messages. I got no call back. I called her Sunday, leave messages. Well, she just called me back Monday afternoon, but like I said, Monday I wasn't in the game yesterday. I was disturbed. So that's the only time she got to call back. But I was going to talk to her about it because, like I say, I'm not downplaying DR. I'm not downplaying it. I just don't think that's a place for me. The people there is different. Like it's like a different habitat. I don't think that's the place I'm gonna get my mental counseling at. Cause I'm not like as far as physically broke how they is. I just need help talking to somebody.
So here's the thing though, Mr. Pope. Miss Cleveland has reported that she's called you and you have not called her back. As a matter of fact, yesterday, on more than one occasion, was it yesterday? She called you right there in my courtroom and left you a message because I was going to issue a warrant for your arrest. You were due in court on yesterday and you didn't show up. And Miss Cleveland called you because she did not want me to enter a warrant or issue a warrant for you. So to sit on here and say Miss Cleveland is not calling you back, again, here we go. Excuses. You've got to take ownership for the choices that you've made. If there is a problem at DRP, you should have been reporting that to Miss Cleveland. You should have been telling Miss Cleveland, and Miss Cleveland would have come to tell me about it because we staffed during the week. We would have had DRP on. Let's find out what's going on. If it's not for you, we want you all to be honest with us. And so, no, Miss Pope, that's not, you can't talk while I'm talking. You can't talk while I'm talking. You can't talk while I'm talking. So Mr. Pope, that's not being fair to Miss Cleveland. And believe it or not, let me share with some news you probably didn't know about Miss Cleveland. Because Miss Cleveland will contact me and worry the stew out of me on a weekend, a weekday, a weeknight. She don't care, vote vacation. She does not care. Let me tell you what you don't know about Miss Cleveland. Hold on to your seat, because this might surprise you. She's human. Let me tell you what else will surprise you. Life happens to her too. She has life happening to her as well. Let me surprise you with something else. She has other clients too. Let me surprise you with one more thing. She had a client that was found dead the other Saturday, last Saturday, this past Saturday. I just want to surprise you with a couple of things before you get on here on live on YouTube and say, well, Miss Cleveland ain't really been around and she ain't been calling back. I just want you to know some things about Miss Cleveland. I just want you to know some things. And so listen, Mr. Pope, the bottom line is you have been with us long enough that in spite of whatever is going on in life, you can pick up the phone. There are resources available to you. We have equipped you with resources on top of resources on top of resources. There are too many things that you can do, or too many resources available to you, even if you don't know what's available to you. We have resources available to help you figure out what's the right resource, to point you to the right resource. So you could have picked up the phone, you could have dialed into the courtroom, you could have dropped into 36th District Court and told us about the issues that's going on in your family, even if you didn't want us to know the details. And you know what? Either one of those case managers or the coordinator or the probation director or the attorneys, hell, even the clerk would have said, Mr. Pope, we're going to get you connected with some grief counseling where you can speak to Dr. Alexander about the sudden loss of a loved one, because that's enough to make anybody go backwards. Death is a strange beast. And so, but you didn't do that. You didn't do that. Ms. Cleveland is not the only resource available to you. You didn't do any of those things. And that's why we equip you with multiple resources, because we understand that life happens for all of us, but it's enough of us and enough resources available that even when life happens for us, we still can take care of you all. We can still be there for you all. We can still help you all. So now, if you don't know, I don't have an issue. When there's a deficiency on the team that I'm on, I'm gonna address it. But now you're not gonna create no deficiency. I'm gonna check you every single time. What, Mr. Pope?
No, I said, I wasn't bashing her like she's doing. Miss Cleveland does the right job, like you said, she human, so it's life just happening. Stuff happens, like I said, she's been busy and tied up, so I'm not knocking her, saying, she's done a wonderful job with me, I'm so totally satisfied with it.
Yes,
So
she does.
I'm not knocking her or nothing, that don't get me wrong, I'm no bad end. Miss Cleveland is a wonderful person, I love her actually. She been nice and been there for me, so I'm not downgrading her or nothing, I just say we just ain't been on the same page, or like you said, if she busy, was wrong reaching out to you. I understand.
Yeah, you could have reached out. Too many resources available. Look, Mr. Pope, I understand that death, and I know I'm fussing this morning, but I struggle with death. I just do. I struggle with it. But you've got to pick up the right thing to respond to it. You can't wreck your life every time somebody leaves here, because guess what? Death is a part of life. And my mother has told me that from a little kid, and I'm 50 plus, and I still struggle with death. But what I do realize is that I have resources available to me to help me navigate through that struggle. Never get over it. I don't get over losing folks, but I'm able to navigate through it and work through it so I don't self-destruct or self-sabotage because of death. I struggle with it. So I'm not coming down on you for that. I'm not. That's not what I'm coming down on you for. And so my condolences to you and your family. But listen, I don't want you out there self-destructing. Your THC level this morning, off the charts. We stopped picking up at recording at 200. And that you're at 200, what's that category, greater than 200. That's where you are. You smoking a whole lot of weed, sir. And you know you cannot do that. You are self-medicating. And guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? When all of the weed comes out of your system, when you come down off the high, guess what? The problem is still going to be there. It's not going to bring your loved one back. And guess what else is going to happen when you come down off the high? You've created now new problems for yourself. You started off with 2 problems, now you got 5. So you see what I'm saying? The marijuana, I know we think that it's going to comfort us for in that moment, but you're doing it only for in that moment. What about the moments after that? You moving and shaking in life, Mr. Pope. You're doing some great things. You have a wonderful business and you're doing a great job, obviously, because you keep getting business. So you do it well and you love what you do. I just saw your face light up when I mentioned it, even though I'm fussing, your face lit up. You love what you do. And so you can't make decisions in the moment that can impact all of the moments that are to come and all of the moments that you've already had. You've been doing exceptionally well. So in the moment, you've got to deal with it so that it doesn't interrupt all of the future moments that you're going to have. Think about it that way. I mean, there are things that have happened to me in life and I can do some stuff that could have jacked me up for years to come. But I have to stop and think. It's that 3-second rule. I don't know if I shared that with you. I shared that with some of the participants a long time ago, that 3-second rule. 3 questions I asked myself. How is that going to impact me today? If I do what I'm thinking about doing, how is it going to impact me today? How is it going to impact me tomorrow? So even if my answer is today, I'm gonna feel good, I'm gonna feel justified. Tomorrow, I'll be all right. Then I ask that 3rd question. That's the one that always gets me. How is this going to impact me years from today? That's the one that always gets me because I had plans and dreams and goals in life. And so if I was going to make a decision that would take me off my path or hem me up, I'm like, might not want to do that. Might want to think of a different way to handle that. And so I'm asking you, take those 3 seconds. You have 24 hours in a day. I'm asking you to take 3 seconds. And people think that's crazy, but I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't be sitting here today with a black robe on if I had not complied with that 3-second rule. It doesn't mean I haven't done a lot of crazy, dumb stuff in my life, because I have. But I'm talking about the stuff that could have done me in the 3-second rule. How is it going to impact me today, tomorrow? And sometimes I have to say even next year. Maybe 3 to 5 might be too long because I might be mad enough that 3 to 5, I ain't even thinking that far. But next year, how is that going to impact me? Because I got some things I want to do in life. So I'm fussing today, but I'm fussing because I care about you. And I don't want you, because of a tragic event that has happened in your family, I don't want you to now go backwards. Your family probably looking up to you now. You probably that guy now in the family. And if you go backwards, I know I'm right, because you're doing something different now. They see something different in you. You probably that guy. So if you're the one that's bringing a level of leadership to your family, you got to show them how to persevere even through tough times. That it's not a reason to go and throw caution to the wind and just do whatever you want to do. No, this happened. It hurts. We hate it. But we've got to still make some good decisions. They're looking to you. Be a good leader. All right. All right. So listen.
That's to the court for my actions too, Your Honor.
It's okay. It happens. It happens. But I started this off saying, Mr. Pope is a good guy. Did you hear me say that to Mr. Reed? What's going on, Mr. Pope? Because he's a good guy. You are still a good guy. After all that fussing, Mr. Pope, you're still a good guy for me. So I need you to get back on track. I understand DRP may not be the best course of action for you. That's why I ask y'all, is everything okay? What's going on? Are you having any struggles? I need y'all to tell me. I need y'all to tell me.
Mr. Killer ain't doing his job, because he, like
No,
I
no,
said,
no.
over doing a great job. He just catering to a crowd that I don't think fit for me.
And I didn't take it as you saying, Mr. Killing.
He doing great.
Yes, I did not say, I know Mr. Killing does a phenomenal job, so I would not have taken it that way. But I understand that sometimes a fit, may not be, the atmosphere you're in may not be conducive to what you need, where you can thrive. It happens. So give us an opportunity to correct it. Listen, there is, Ms. Cleveland made a recommendation in her text message. She off today. She has some life going on and she's off today. And so, but still, she's texting with me because she's concerned about you. First of all, she's so happy that you showed up today because she didn't want you to have a warrant in the system. She didn't. So she's happy. First of all, she's happy you showed up today. Secondly, she's texting Mr. Yancey. She's made the recommendation that he may be a better fit for Mr. Pope. And I agree, especially in light of the fact that we got a wonderful update. I don't know if it went out to everyone, but there was a wonderful update that was given by Mr. Williams as to the progress of the participants in the HEAT program, even those that didn't want to be there and that wasn't talking at first, how they're thriving. And so it is a different group of people. And so Mr. Pope, I'd like for you to do HEAT. I'd like for you to do HEAT. Will you do HEAT for me?
Yes,
and he's like, I don't know what HEAT is, but I hope it ain't gonna burn me up. And so I will tell you.
I talked to Ms. Cleveland about the lab when you recommended the first time, you've been recommended it, but she was just like, well, I don't think you can do both. And by you being a Detroit recovery, you gotta just do one or the other. So I was just like, well, I ain't know, but that's opportunity, or that's just, she just told me just stay at there, and we ain't really get off into what the HEAT program was about, so I didn't really know. I don't know if it was just the same program, so it's like, I ain't want to switch one program and I already know this group of people to go with a bunch of group of people I don't even know. At least I just started to open up and talk to these people.
Yeah. Well, let me say this to you. We all had to do, the team, we had to do HEAT training. We didn't do the actual class, but we did HEAT training. The gentleman came in and they at 236 District Court and they trained us. And it is probably, I'm gonna take probably out. It is the best training that I have had in a very, very, very long time. I left that training realizing that I had some things I still needed to work on. Because I always say things that make me cry today means that I'm still holding on to them. And so I had a moment in HEAT that they brought out some things that, I thought I was good and strong, and every woman on, and I realized I need to go and do some touch-up work. And so as a result of that training, I'm doing some touch-up work on some areas that we talked about in HEAT. I share that with you because I want you to do it, because oftentimes we do life and we do what we do the things we must do, and we want to be strong and we want to be leaders. But guess what? That only lasts for a while if we are not taking care of ourselves and we're not addressing those things on the inside. And so I want you to go and do HEAT. It was fun, but it also brought to the forefront some things that I need to work on. And I'm working on them because I want to be better. I can't stand before you all, sit before you all, Zoom with you all, and get on you, order you to fix your life. And when I see that there's a leak in my building somewhere, I don't fix my own life. I can't do that. And so I'm working on some things. And so I want you to do HEAT. I want you to do HEAT. And so Mr. Yancey, let's get with him today, because I'm not sure how the referral process goes. I know we have a class that's in full swing right now, based, with Mr. Williams and the team there, but you may want to reach out to Ms. Rods, because I believe she does a session at HEAT. And so I want to make sure that he starts HEAT and we'll transition him there. He will not do DRP and HEAT at the same time. I will not do that to you. You'll do just one, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and that's that. I'm not interested in sanctioning you today. I told you that at the graduation. I said, Mr. Pope, all I want is your honesty. I'm not gonna sanction you if you be honest with me most of the time. I ain't saying all the time, but I told you at the graduation, this time I'm like, I'm not going to sanction you. I'm more interested in helping you. And so that's what I'm gonna do today, Mr. Reed. I'm not going to issue a sanction. I'm going to help him. And you know, Mr. Pope is about 7 feet tall with my heels on, and he talking about, I'm scared of you. I'm like, what you scared? Why you scared of me? What I'm gonna do? I don't know what I can do, Mr. Reed, but he said he's scared of me. I told him he don't need to be scared of me. All I want to do is help him. That's it. Now, sometimes I might fight, kick, scream, and all of that stuff to help you, but understand my heart is I want to help you. That's all I want to do. I want to help you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So let's do it. I appreciate you, Mr. Pope. Miss Cleveland was going to be devastated if I had to issue a warrant for you today. She was.
I heard it in her voice on my message, so, cause I ain't gonna lie, I've been going through a state of mind, so I was gonna just be like, just forget it, man. Just if they come catch you and take the jail, just go. But then my second mind kicked in, like, man, I ain't no sense of running from no problem. It's still gonna, like you said, still gonna be there. At the end of the day, years from now, it's still gonna be the same problem, so. Just trying to just go get it on life so I can get and be the best person I can be right now.
Yes, sir. You owe that
I
to
got a
me.
lot good going for me, so I'm not really like, I got a lot good going for me, just the only flaw. So I just, when I scratch this off, I'd be.
Well, we don't want to be a flaw, Mr. Pope. We not a flaw.
Well, it's not no flaw, I'm talking about this a flaw in my life because I done did wrong, so I got stuck up responsibility, so it ain't your flaw, it's my flaw.
Okay, I'm just checking because we don't want to be a flaw. We want to be a good thing on the list. All
No,
right.
it might just be, it's been a blessing though, because like I said, I had a big huge problem, but I really like honestly done changed that though. Like I say, because marijuana was just my choice. That was my thing. I didn't really, and then the alcohol, I never really, I ain't into that. You know what I'm saying? Ever since 19, the accident, the stuff that happened that landed me here, that got me like, it woke me up anyway. Just me being the person, just being between me and God, that woke me up anyway. And so that was my kryptonite. And I'm the veteran, but I've been really like alcohol, as far as liquor, you know what I'm saying? Liquor clean, I ain't been drunk no liquor since 2019, honestly.
All right, look at you. So you have it in you. You have that willpower, sir. You do, you have it. So this is what I'm gonna do. I know that you are scheduled. I don't know if he has a future court date. Ms. Lurst, if you can look and see if he has a future court date. I don't want you to leave yet. You're gonna get with either Mr. Yancey, Mr. Yancey, if you could get him information about, no, this is the first thing you're gonna do. You're gonna call Miss Cleveland back.
I got my phone in the car, I didn't know they let you.
I'm just saying you're gonna do it today, sometime today. Call Miss Cleveland back. Miss Cleveland was worried sick about you yesterday. So call Miss Cleveland back. Okay?
I sure will.
All right. And then secondly, Mr. Yancey, let's get him the information. We'll refer him to Heat. And then Ms. Lurst, if he does not have a future court date, I'll give him a future court date. Does he have one in the system?
No, ma'am, there's not.
All right. And so what I'm going to do, you usually don't come on a Tuesday. Did you have a certain different day that you come on?
No, she just give me dates and she just like she said, she'd tell me when to come and I just show up.
All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put you on for June 2nd. I'll give you a return to court date of June 2nd, 2022, and that'll be at 8:35 a.m. Listen, Mr. Pope, it's a holiday. You heard my spiel earlier today.
What was that, June 2nd? I'm like, what's that?
That's a Thursday. It's a Thursday.
Your Honor, if I could, if there's gap time getting him in Heat, do you want him to continue Detroit recovery until I get him in Heat?
Let's find out what the Heat process is, because if he's saying that they're, it's not a fit for him.
Okay.
I don't want to keep him there. Let's open that spot for somebody that needs it. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So find out how quickly he can start Heat. Because I think the way Heat is designed, he can start at any point. As a matter of fact, they just finished one section and they're getting ready to go to another section. So let's find out how quickly he can start Heat. And he's gonna be a little bit of sacrificing, but you gonna love it. Okay?
I still need the honors program too, Miss, whoever got ready to do the
I'm
honors.
sorry, one more time.
To do an honors program.
You haven't done arms, we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Because I'm gonna have you, what's his? We'll look at that, okay? But I am gonna have you do heat.
All right.
Okay? All right, very good. All right, Mr. Yancey, he's got his return to court date. Let's get him that information. Please circle back with me today. Let me know if he was able to, when he is able to start heat.
Okay. So Mr. Pope can just hang tight and wait for me to come downstairs in about 10 minutes and we'll be good.
All right, Mr. Pope?
All right, thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate you. Like
All
I said,
right.
I apologize again to the court for my behavior.
All right, you're good. Oh, Mr. Pope,
Yes, sir.
there is a
Yes,
sanction
ma'am.
that I'm gonna give. I'm sorry, I changed my mind. I'm ordering you to watch Trap Bait. Clickbait, clickbait. All right,
I can deal with that.
you go get around to it.
Yeah, I have your information for you in a second.
All right. All right, Mr. Pope. All right, be
You have a
good.
blessed day.
Okay, you can wait for Mr. Yancey to give you instructions, and then you're free to leave.
You coming down to the courtroom?
I'm coming down. I'm gonna come down there.
All right, thank you, Mr. Yancey, for filling
Thank
in.
you. Thank
I
you.
know that you had to pitch it for Ms. Cleveland. You did an excellent job. Thank you, and
Thank you.
Mr. Griffin as well.
Thanks.
All right, take care. All right, I still have Karina Coleman that I need to deal with. Mr. Curtis, why you on? Come on, Mr. Curtis, what you want?
I just got a call from Naomi's Nest. Miss Gardner is displaying some of her behaviors that she did when she was at Lake Ridge, and so I believe they're trying to remove her from the facility. So I wanted to, so I know we have to talk about this in staffing, but I wanted her to be dropped off here at 36.
And do what? You
And
gotta have a plan.
right, and sentence her back to Wayne County Jail.
Okay, and then we're gonna get her what, stabilized?
Yes, yep, and then today we could talk about it with the team.
Okay, all right, that's
Okay.
fine. Thank you, Mr. Curtis. I hate to
All
hear
right.
that. And then if you could just shoot me a text, she's been accepted into our program already, is that correct?
Yes, she has.
Okay, all right, very good. Thank you. All right, Ms. Taylor, are you ready on Ms. Coleman? Do you need to send me talk to me in private first? Okay, call me. All right, give me just a second. Okay, you ready, Miss Taylor? All right, Miss Taylor, I'll need you to read Miss Coleman's case number into the record so that it can be added to the docket.
Okay, I have Karina Coleman, case number Z 8083371.
Miss Coleman, once the podium is cleaned off, thank you so much, Officer Lott. I'm going to have you state your full name for me, please.
Karina Coleman.
Good morning, Miss Coleman.
Good morning.
All right, Miss Coleman, we back again. You struggling, Miss Coleman?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for your honesty. Thank you for letting Miss Taylor know that you're having a hard time. And so thank you also for getting on the 1-800 number and being very honest with the assessor so that we can get you the right level of treatment, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. As you know, or you don't know, the assessment came back that you needed to do intensive outpatient treatment and that you're going to be doing that intensive outpatient treatment daily at Naomi's Nest, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. In addition, you have missed a couple of blows with the SoberLink, so that's not working for us. I'm going to have you, they're going to place the alcohol tether on you today, okay? And so.
Yes, ma'am. Would that mean that, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
Would that thing zap me?
I'm sorry.
Would that thing zap me?
No, nothing's going to zap you. No, ma'am. I've been doing this for at least 8 years now, and no one has ever been zapped. And I don't know about anybody having been zapped before I got here. So if it's some zapping that's been done, it hasn't been zapped at 36th District Court.
I just had to ask, it's like the dog collar where they bark and it zaps them. I
Okay.
never had to wear one these days.
All right. Well, no zapping here, no zapping, okay? All right, but it's gonna be very important that you pay attention to the instructions that they give you so that you don't have any issues, okay?
Okay.
All right. Listen, I need you to get into your intensive outpatient treatment immediately. So Ms. Taylor's gonna work with you. I need you to do that immediately, okay?
Okay.
All right, there's one other thing that I'm gonna have you do. You're gonna go to the Alcoholics Anonymous. You're gonna do that every day until this court says otherwise. We're gonna start off with 30 days, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Every day. And so you're gonna get a log. Ms. Taylor, I don't know if you all have a log that you've created for participants, but she's gonna have to log in the date, the time, where she went, if you do it virtual, who did you do it with, and what did you learn, or what stayed on your mind, or what did you contribute to the group. But every day you're going to do a meeting, okay, for the next 30 days. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions for me, Ms. Coleman?
No, ma'am. That was it.
All right. All right. Thank you for your honesty. Listen, there's something else that showed up in your test. And Ms. Taylor has indicated that you've denied use. Ms. Coleman, so one of two things. Whoever you were smoking with, they are not your friends, because your friend's not gonna put something in your stuff without your permission. Or they gonna tell you it's there and they'll give you a choice as to whether you want to indulge or not. They are not your friends. So you can go back and hang with them, eat from them, drink from them, but this is the last time you getting a pass for my friends did it and I didn't know. That won't happen again, because you know what? You're real grown. You're real grown. And you are responsible for the choices that you make. So if you hanging around friends that's getting high and that are capable of doing what showed up in your test, then you need to pick you some new friends, because guess what? Your friend's gonna be having a good time without you, because you're gonna be over at the Wayne County Jail. And that's not where I think you need to be. I think you need to be in treatment. Would you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, just a word of caution. Mr. Reed, what do you want to add as to Ms. Coleman, if anything?
Yes, Ms. Coleman, we only want to help you. We don't want to hurt you. There's no zapping in this program. If you get zapped by that machine, you should notify someone immediately. There's no corporal punishment, there's no physical punishment, there's no zapping in this program. You understand that?
Okay, yes.
You be safe. I don't know you personally, but don't beat yourself up too much. People slip when they're in the program, but they get back up, and we want that for you. Be safe, Ms. Coleman. Be safe, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. All right, if nothing else, Ms. Taylor, what do you have next for Ms. Coleman?
Judge, would you like to see her in a week from today to get an update, or is it okay for her to come back for her review in 2 weeks?
What are you recommending?
I would say if I can just do at least a face-to-face next week and then give you an update, and then she can return to court in 2 weeks, that will fall on June 8th.
June 8th is not a good day. That's not a good day. So let's have her come back next week, and then you can do a face-to-face with her on June 8th.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So next week, what's the date? My calendar.
June 1st.
All right, very good. So Ms. Coleman will come back on for a court hearing on June 1st, 2022, and that'll be at 8:35 a.m. Okay, Ms. Coleman?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Did you have any questions for me today?
No, ma'am.
All right, very good. Hang in there, okay?
Yes.
All right, you deserve it. You owe it to yourself and to your child. Hang in there. You've got to fight, Ms. Coleman. You can do it. You can do it. I have no doubt you can do it. All right, you have to stay with us for a minute because you can't leave until Mr. Joel comes to switch out your devices, okay?
Yes,
And then you
ma'am.
still have to do your testing because we have to test for other substances. All right, very good. All right, Miss Taylor, thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Coleman. Miss Taylor will let you know when you're free to leave.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right, Mr. Reed, I told you all that just because it looks like a short docket does not mean it's a short morning. Miss Loris, didn't I tell you that yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
I know I did. People get fooled when they see these couple of cases on the docket. It's problem solving court, and problems are not generated or determined by a docket. They just happen, and we have to help people because in the program, the standard is that you take swift responses to where people have violated. All right, Miss Taylor, you have Asia Whitley coming on at 12.
Yeah, she was supposed to come on at 12, Judge. I did reach out to her to see if she can Zoom on earlier, but I believe she's at work.
Okay, we'll see if she can Zoom out early. It's already 11:21. Also, I want Mr. Joel to come down to the courthouse.
Okay.
Mhm. And the testing today was negative, is that correct? Ms. Taylor, the testing, did you test Ms. Coleman?
Yes, I did.
I don't recall the result. You sent them to me.
Oh. Do you want me to put the results on record?
Text them to me first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a problem. Miss Taylor, my question. Please do. I just want to know. So we're not setting ourselves up for anything. All right. Ms. Lurs, is it 10:30 yet? Oh, yes, it's well past 10:30. We're gonna try again and look to see if the 10:30 person paid Anderson Robinson.
He did not.
All right. And so I'll call that. Give me just a second. All right. So let's have her wait there. Miss Taylor, for Miss Coleman, she can wait at the court and have Mr. Joel come and put on the tether. And then let's get her, if we can get her to the nest today, that would be great. If not, tomorrow. And then I want her to do an AA today. It starts today. Okay? All right, very good. Thank you. All right, I am calling for last name Anderson Robinson, case number 19992943. Ms. Lurst has already indicated that Anderson Robinson did not pay that matter. I believe that charge was amended to improper place. What is the balance that's owed, Ms. Lurst?
Yes, sir. $245, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to issue a KPS and the bond will be set at $245 cash or surety. And then the original charge will be reinstated. So they will not get the amended charge. And then for the following 193-99294 counts 1 and 2 for Anderson Robinson, those matters will be KPS with a personal bond. And that's it for the 10:30 docket. We have to hang around for a few minutes, Mr. Reed, so that Asia Whitley, we can square Miss Whitley away.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, hopefully if she can get on earlier, that would be great.
Yes,
But
Judge.
let's just we'll stay on. I'll be able to hear when someone chimes in, okay?
Good, Judge.
Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
Yes.
Excuse me, Your Honor. That charge for Anderson Robinson was an improper plea. It was disposed as a guilty plea, so there's nothing to revert it back to.
Right. Was he or she originally charged with improper plates?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Then no need to reinstate. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. So we'll be in recess until Ms. Whitley joins us. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Human people, what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm about to look at the,
Huh?
want to look at the. I'm gonna make it on time. And I don't wanna go, like, hey, I wanna go into the big.
Where?
Yeah. I ain't going over with that thing on my damn leg.
If you wear pants, I ain't gonna know.
They you look at my pants fit. I wear girly pants.
Well, then you gotta buy me some pants that you know this.
I'm a chef. I can't wear no jogging pants in the work.
I say jogging pants.
What else kind of pants I can wear?
Pants that just have a bigger leg, opening,
I
not,
don't got time to go get no pants like that.
but you got time to find it. You got time to find a new job.
No, but
Well,
like that's gonna do,
okay.
'cause I don't want to be in no picture, put that thing on all day.
Many people do their jobs.
I might be on a killer or something. It was like, you got felonies up in here. I'll be like, no, this is for alcohol. You know, but like, whatever, girl. Where do you work at? Good time.
All right, Mr. Reed, we're gonna call the remainder of the docket because Ms. Whitley is going to be adjourned to Thursday so that we can have an update on her court hearing that's scheduled for tomorrow. So I'm calling case number 211-30805 for Asia Whitley. Ms. Taylor, what date are we adjourning her to? Place that date on the record for me.
Ms. Whitley will be adjourned to Thursday.
Oh, I can't hear you if you're speaking. Oh, and it's on my end. Go ahead, try it again.
Ms. Whitley will be adjourned to Thursday, May 26th, 2022. And is it fine if she joins at 12 that day? Or would you like
Yes,
her?
ma'am, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all. That means that we are done. And of course, we're all on standby because we know it's problem-solving court. And so if anything is needed, please reach out to me. You can text me, you can email me, whatever you need to do until you get me, till you get a response. All right, very good. If nothing else, thank you, Mr. Reed.
Thank you, Judge. Be safe. Thank
All
you.
right, you do the same. All right, thank you, Ms. Lawrence. Thank you, Ms. Wilson. And